Everyone, it's me, Julie O'Connell. I'm coming on here to do this live because there's a lot of misinformation out there that is being said about certain creators of what they knew about Louis Repehetto. A lot of the creators did not want to speak and put out misinformation. There was a Google Drive being passed around by Pearl Snappy and Liz Ferris. The women of Louis Repehetto's victims should have gone to the police. This should have been addressed immediately. They should have gone to the police. And if any of these things happened on Facebook, he could have been blocked and banned from Facebook. It is inappropriate to send pee-pee sticks to people without their consent. Louis Repehetto was gross in that fact, but at the same time, there were people not in this space covering it up, which is what is being said. When we knew the information, I even did a video about it. I was so disgusted with Louis Repehetto, but if any of this type stuff had happened on Facebook, he would have definitely been banned from Facebook, because Facebook does not approve of this type behavior, especially in Messenger or online. The people spreading the false information saying that Aaron Smith Levin tried to cover it up, that's false information. He didn't want to put out information that was bad. And the two gatekeepers that held this information were constantly attacking Aaron at that time. That was Liz Ferris and Pearl Snappy. The way the whole situation was handled was wrong. The women should have gone to the police in the first place and then filed a police report so that something could have been done about it. Instead, it was handled poorly because they were trying to platform people on other people's channels to speak out about it. And when that information did not come, they targeted people. I don't support Nancy Drew's channel. I don't. She has made false allegations about Aaron Smith Levin. She doesn't know Aaron Smith Levin. She has never met him. They're cheering right now as content creators are leaving this space. Liz Ferris no longer does any Scientology content. That's why I've unsubscribed to her channel and taken my membership back. Pearl Snappy, she has done vile content, attacking Aaron Smith Levin's foundation. These people in this space that constantly harass others need to be held accountable for their actions. We don't condone sexual assault or sexual rape, but the situation that was happening with Louis Repehetto should have been handled by the police and not brought into the forefront for all of SPTV to be supposedly held accountable for. This is why many people are leaving Facebook and other platforms, because they're being harassed on a daily basis. What happened with Michaela Raines was a wake-up call. And I know many technicians that have died this way because they were harassed by people saying that they were all about money, that they didn't care about the animals, which is furthest from the truth. I worked in the animal care industry for 14 years. I did it because of the animals. I do it. How do you think I got my dog, Sammy? Because my boss at the time found her ex-husband found Sammy. It was time for us to have another pet. After my cat Powder died, she had diabetes. She was thrown out like garbage. and nobody wanted to take care of her. They knew darn well, the person that threw her out knew darn well she had diabetes. People who come into our spaces and take our energy and violate our energies, they need to be held responsible. Sorry, I'm turning on my light, because it is getting dark. I don't support people violating other people's energies or violating their space. There are people in the SPTV community that have been trolled very badly because they support Aaron Smith Levin. The analogy that Nora made the other day was so disgusting. She doesn't get it. Her action speaks louder than words. She's been constantly talking about Aaron Smith Levin. I am very frustrated with the people that constantly want to troll and constantly want to attack one another. They have lost the plot. We need to get on the same page and absolutely try to shut Scientology down and take their tax-exempt status away, instead of targeting people and attacking them for their beliefs and what they believe in. I'm a Christian. I believe in kindness. Kindness is free. There's too much hate and violence and evilness in this world right now. And we need to start appreciating one another's differences and one another's things. I'm the head of my household. I pay most of the bills here. So I have to work, so I can't go and protest. If I could go protest, I would. The people that target others, they're very insecure. There's something seriously wrong with them. I've talked about how in high school I was terribly bullied. I was already in a depression after my dad died, and I did not need Tracy Smith bullying me every single day. But she did. She targeted me and my friends till I had no friends left. After high school, I never got in contact again with Jarrell. She was my good friend. Tracy ruined people's friendships, and she thought it was funny doing so. It's not okay. There are children unaliving themselves right now because of being bullied. This is why I have my channel, and I'm trying to be kind and open and honest and tell you my feelings and my experiences. Children cannot consent in Scientology. What Serge, Aaron, and Jenna did at that LAPD hearing on the Children Neglect and Reporting Act was absolutely amazing. I suggest you go and check out their channels and see what their speeches were, because it was absolutely beautiful. But there are people in this space that don't want to end Scientology. They just want to run their mouths about other content creators. This is why I don't support Reese's channel. I don't support Nora's channel. I don't support DOA. I haven't in a really long time. DOA has done nothing but create drama. It's the same with what is happening with Mark and Claire Headley's channel. Mark and Claire don't care that they put up on screen the trolls that are attacking Aaron Smith Levin and that are behind the fake SPTV Foundation channel that has harassed a lot of ex-Scientology members who are speaking their truth about Scientology. And I've said this before. What is true for them is true for them. Jenna Miscavige was trafficked as a child, forced to do manual labor. And from the ages of 12 to 18, she saw her mother twice. When her and her husband got pregnant, they wanted her to have a forced abortion, but she said no. It's the same with what happened with Aaron and his wife. Him and his wife have been legally separated for years. So what he does in his grown adult life is none of our business. And I don't believe the story that he had a coke-filled rant and was having sex with prostitutes. That's a false narrative being put out there by the other side. What he does in his own time is his business. The Louis Repehetto thing was never covered up. It was exposed by Liz Phares on her channel. You can go check out her video on that. Her and Pearl Snappies were the gatekeepers of that information. We didn't hear anything about it afterwards because they were the gatekeepers of that information. Not only that, they were the gatekeepers of trying to attack Aaron Smith Levin's foundation for months. These people need to be held accountable for the repercussions of their actions. Targeting people is not okay. I don't do this on my channel and I don't support that. And what I want to say about Scientology is that when you leave Scientology, if you speak out about Scientology, you are declared a suppressive person. You are declared an enemy of Scientology. You are targeted for fair gaming policies. Fair gaming is very real, even though they claim they've gotten rid of this policy of fair game. It still continues. The PIs still follow people. Natalie is doing good work. She has always done good work, and now she's working on trying to grow herself. But every time a creator leaves a space, OSA is cheering. Just remember that fact. What Nora did to Poe on the Go and Zach, my lawyer friend Zach, was absolutely disgusting. There are people in this community that their actions speak louder than words. I don't appreciate it. Nora has utterly destroyed certain things. And the protest movement in Clearwater, Florida is growing. There's hardly anyone that protests Big Blue anymore. And the fact that DOA called Tori Magoo a bad actor, that absolutely disgusts me. It absolutely disgusts me. Nora Ames has caused a lot of division within this space. That's why a lot of people who were doing protests, I no longer watch. I no longer watch the channels that protest in Chicago because they are creating false narratives about Aaron Smith Levin. I don't support false narratives. They forced a lot of people off the internet. Harassment is not okay, any way you slice it. This is why I don't promote this on my channel. And Scientology is harmful for children. It's harmful for the elderly. they do not get them the medical care that they need. And if they do go to a doctor, it might be one time a year for a physical. Look at what happened to John Travolta's wife. She died from cancer because it was too late to treat her cancer aggressively like it should have been. Scientology members are in this bubble because they're brainwashed. They don't realize that the outside world is great. The outside world is better. The Sea Org members do not realize that if they were in the outside world, they would have it better off than what they do in Scientology. Because the Sea Org members only get paid $50 a week if they get paid at all. I don't support false narratives. And I've said this multiple times. There are a lot of false narratives going around because I've seen the destructive forces in nature within the ex-Scientology community. I've seen it behind the scenes, what has been happening. And I've seen the trolls in certain people's chats lying about other content creators to other people. Natalie has seen it. Other people have seen it. This is why I don't support false narratives. I appreciate Jenna Miscavige saying that when the Scientologists attack another ex-Scientologist doing their hate videos, they have the option to say no. That they do not want to do a hit piece on their friends. This happened with Miriam Francis. Her friends tried to denounce that she was never essayed as a child. She absolutely was essayed as a child. Her dad even admitted to it. The fact that this is how Scientology operates, there are people out here doing good work. Louis Repehetto may have been a protester, but he was not doing good work. If he thought it was okay to send pee-pee stick pictures to people who could not consent. I don't support this narrative. I only support people who are kind and caring and want to do the work that is needed to end Scientology. And Scientology as a whole is a destructive human trafficking organization. And they should have their tax-exempt status. FBI, wake up. You should have raided the base when you had the chance. I don't support false narratives, and I do not support this narrative that people didn't do anything about it. The two gatekeepers of the information could have done something about it, and they chose not to. That was Liz Ferris and Pearl Snappy. Pearl Snappy hasn't done any good work lately. She hasn't protested any Scientology building. This is why certain people are getting fed up with the false narratives and the false accusations and the constantly attacking of one another. Let's just move on and fight the Church of Scientology instead of concentrating on one another. I want to thank everybody who watches my channel. Please like and subscribe. Please hit the like button. It's free. It's a kind thing to do. I don't support this, and I know how Scientology operates. It tries to divide the chats. OSA tries to divide the chats. And I've seen some vile stuff that have happened in certain people's chats, like Nora's chat, like DOA's chat, like Pearl Snappy's chat. Some vile things have happened. So I don't support this. I just want you guys to have a great night. I have to work tomorrow, so I'm going to get off of here. Thank you and have a great night. Enjoy your family. Do things with your family. Do things that you love instead of targeting one another. Thank you and have a great day.